Good morning. Today's Friday, February 26th. Let's take a quick look. So, yesterday we're looking at potentially trading above the 10 simple and SPY. Looks like we reversed the entire move up. This is not looking good. It's not a sign of health and fitness here. We're also coming to a potential cross here for a 10 simple and a 21 exponential. I am still looking for this area to hold. Um, Why? Because we're pretty much in the red the entire week, and Friday with expirations and everything, it could offer a potential bounce, but I'm not sure I'm going to be seeing it above this area right here. Basically a 21 daily. Now, I'm going to go to more depth during the weekly recap, but let me just, sorry, let me look at the weekly. Yeah, this is not looking too good. So I can see a small bounce here on the weekly for the 10 simple, but there is the case that next week will basically gap down and we'll be trading in this range now. The problem with that is that this week is pretty crucial as far as a close because we have the weekly and the monthly. And if we close a little lower or even like this, it's giving you a picture of a reversal potential. And that wouldn't be good for the bulls. Now let's look at daily here. Let's take a look at Tesla. All right, Tesla, same thing. Probably going to see as on most of the stocks. So what am I looking for here? All right, Tesla, I've been looking for a little bit lower, potentially. Yes, this can trade sideways, but that still wouldn't be good. Uh, the only saving grace is that we have this trend line here. But I'd be looking for a daily 200 to get hit at some point. You know, I could take a week, it could take a month. We'll take a look and see when it comes down to that. Now, keep an eye on the weekly though, because if we can close above this 21, remember 21 exponential to a 10 simple plays, they're money. So more often than not, they do play out. So it is likely that next week we're going to be green just as a relief. I am looking for this area around 780 to 800 to hold as resistance for now, and then we'll reevaluate. So let's keep an eye on the weekly close. I won't be making any plays today, as everything looks to be garbage. Let's look at Facebook. Still in this formation, so just keep an eye on it. No plays yet until it breaks with a confirmation. Apple, that's not good. Okay, so yesterday we were pointing that out that we haven't been trading on the daily. We haven't been trading below the 89 exponential in about a year. And that's not necessarily good. It's good in the sense that we just need a pullback. So that's, that's healthy. However, this is breaking the 21 exponential. And as long as we close below it, it's, we'd be looking for the 50 EMA. So we're going to be looking for a retest of the 21 and then straight down to the 50, basically. So we're going to get this formation here, kind of a rising wedge, sorry. So let's see if this holds. Again, today I'm probably going to expect for a relief bounce, but I don't really have too much of a comment on that. Let's look at AMD. AMD, daily. Daily, we were talking about this early in the week. So I was looking for a bounce, relief bounce, basically a retest of this wedge formation. You can see in the purple lines. And we got that basically to the wick and we're rejecting. So what am I expecting here? Basically a little bit of sideways until these EMAs catch up. So maybe after today we'll get better clarity as far as whether this is a better trap or we are heading lower. Looking at the monthly, it's not looking too good. We are testing the bear zone with a head and shoulders on the oscillators, which as I explained on the weekly recap, it works a little bit different than your price action, but it does work. Weekly, you're rejecting from the bear zone as well, going into a deeper bearish posture. So let's see if we can just pull up on the weekly and retest the formation as a whole, which means on a daily, we'd just be going sideways a little bit. Google, we met our target. Pretty much everything that we set up on the weekly recap, we met our target this week. It was looking pretty bearish. So the daily, we went down to the 21, as expected, 21 exponential to a 10 simple play. We got that right to the wick, and we opened and just bloodshed. And we closed below the 21 exponential, which is not good. This is turning a little positive, so it could bounce up one more time. I'm not too strong in that though. Let's look at the 4 hour. All right, 4 hours going to a negative. Oof. Oof. All right, watch the 4 hour and the 200 exponential on the 4 hour. Get back to that. This weekly recap is going to be long. This is not good. So this is so the fact that we're going so deep to the bottom here is building the narrative that was potentially a bull trap up here. Pretty nasty one too. A lot of people probably got trapped around here, huh? All right, so again, let's wait for the week to close. Get more clarity on that. And this right here, distribution down. So we're still on track for Walmart, looking at the 377 daily exponential. That's looking good. Let's see here. All right, the SDR is spreading, so we could be coming to a pivot point either today or next week. So keep an eye on that. I'd probably be expecting a bounce into the 10 simple, pull back, and then potentially retest the 200. So something like this. Okay. We'll go over that on the weekly as well. This is still on track. We are looking for lower lows. Not lower lows, sorry. Lower lows with respect to where we are right now. We're looking to go down a little bit. See GME. Yesterday's morning recap, I pointed out how this play worked out beautifully. Just expand this. So on the daily, just trying to make it bigger so you guys can see it. I was looking at this formation, and if we can close above it, I was looking at the 4 hour too. I'd be looking for some upside. So the white lines were conservative targets, which we met over here, I believe 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And we were looking for a higher low. So once we broke above it, our lower time frame, and we closed above it and traded on a lower time frame above it, basically going sideways and building up momentum, then everything happened after hours, which is not good as far as giving you confidence that this is a reversal in itself and not necessarily a bull trap. So this is basically your top, everything's fine. Once it comes back up and people get really trapped in here. That's your classic bull trap on a hyperbolic run. So as I was saying yesterday, not financial advice, but please don't trade this. So I'll be looking for a little bit of upside, and basically overall just down. Yeah, this is nasty. So with this pull up, you can basically consider this closed if you're a gap trader. Now everything is pointing up except for the higher higher time frames, I would take that over any of the lower time frames, obviously. So the trend is down now, as long as we keep trading below this top, which I suspect we will, but the market can do what it wants. So I'd be looking for much lower lows, so somewhere around 18 or even lower. Yeah, lower, much lower. So let's keep an eye on this, just because there's so much attention around this, and I don't want people to get so screwed about this. All right, AMC, same deal. Can even get to the pivot. Just keep an eye on that, but this is pretty bad. So I will be topping this at the pivot, but potentially coming down to $7. Not trading that. The move was already done. This is BlackBerry. BlackBerry still on track. Looks like price went up a little late on the retest for the cross here, but we are trading lower. So let's keep an eye on that. I still be looking for the 200 exponential on the daily. Alibaba. We are trading below the pivot, so that's not good. I would stay away from this one too. Most of these stocks basically making like an H pattern here, so it's distribution further than this distribution. All right, targets met on, what is this, Lucan, some Chinese stock. All right, so we got the 21 exponential to 10 simple, overshot it right into a reversal candle, and now trading below. So I've been looking for this to let's wait for the weekly close or daily close today. But let's see if it can hold the 21 exponential. If it can, then we'll be looking for another 10 simple pop. JP Morgan, we hit our target to the top. That's all I can say about this. Let's reassess during the weekly recap, but everything's looking toppy. It is painting a picture of reversal overall in the market. And next week I'll start looking at NASDAQ and Dow Jones on the all the indices on the morning. But for now, I'm just going over the weekly stuff for those that follow us. So this still holds at the top. Right now we're trading in this range, as we were talking about the 21 exponential into the 10 simple play again, played out. We got a reversal. Right now we're trading below 21. So typically what happens is if you drop, you find support, you trade below the 10 simple, then you either look for a retest or, well, you're looking at a retest potential, but you're not playing a retest. You'd be looking for the 21 exponential to hold. If it can hold on a closing basis, then that's an easy play from a 21 exponential to 10 simple. Then you assess, you do a risk assessment, and you see if you take the play. If you take it, look for the 10 exponential, go on a lower time frame, look at your momentum, watch for any signs of reversal, and then down. I don't trade the second drop. Instead, what I do is I trade from the 21 exponential to a 10 simple, wait to see what happens, whether the 21 holds. If it does hold on a closing basis and momentum looks good on a lower time frame, then I'm looking for another pop and break above the 10 simple, because at that point you got a higher low. Otherwise, I'm looking lower, but I wouldn't trade it until it breaks the previous high. Bitcoin. Oh, baby. All right, Bitcoin's following our playbook, basically. So we got a 21 exponential, again, to the 10 simple. Money. Hit it right on the nose. Got to the right box, as I pointed out yesterday, and I was looking for lower. So right now, our previous low is going to be around 44,000. I'd still be looking for the 50 MA. However, this week is pretty crucial because for Bitcoin and most of the stocks. So if we close around this area, we were looking for a bearish divergence here with the price action and the oscillator, but also a cross down with, let's see, Yeah, cross down with, I mean, to be fair, we did confirm a top around here with this spread, as I went over in the weekly recap. So where does that fall? Right here. So this was your warning, but then we went higher. So there is a potential that we're coming down to like the 21 exponential on the weekly, but I mean, let's wait and see. This is just one candle, even though it's looking bearish, it's overpowering the previous candle. The daily's not looking too good. Anything above the weekly is looking okay. Just a warning, basically. But we are trading below the 21 exponential, so keep an eye on this. This could offer a potential bounce from the 50 to 21, which would be, I mean, it's a $7,000 move, so that's pretty tradable. And this will be a nice point of support. If that does break, we're going to the pivot around 33, 34. But that's over time. So I would just be watching this to see if we can regain the 21 exponential on a weekly and daily close today. Also, let me just add this to this. BTC futures. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna start looking at these because this matters as far as the weekly. So this week, again, just let me reiterate, today is very important. We want to watch and see where everything closes. I would not be trading anything. I would just be watching the market, not financial advice. But today is the weekly close and the monthly close. And that will dictate basically how we're going to be trading into March. So this weekly recap is going to be very important for myself, at least, in looking at all these stocks and see if we can find any place for potential bounces, as we have come down in most of these stocks. Well, not the meme stocks. I don't like those. So, I mean, Apple, daily, potential support, we'll see. AMD, potential bounce in the 200. I mean, that's like a $10 move. Google, not Google's dead. Just kidding. Tesla, I mean, we've just been going down. So would I be looking for a bounce around $500 or right in my green zone? We'll take a look at that. And anything else you guys have, if you have any stocks that you want us to take a look, just put them in the comments below and we'll take a look. And that's all I got for you today. Trade safe, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.